Hey, good evening. So, yeah, I'm not live. Well, I'm live, but not live for you. Anyway, I'm here, and so I thought that it would be a minute before I did the next interview, and I thought that I would have time in between to figure it out, which I haven't, but we're here. Hey, Robert. Yeah, so Robert and I are working on how to do this so that we can all participate and be live at the same time. But in the meantime, I'm interviewing Miss Eleanor today. Yeah, so she'll be here in a minute. One of my friends is in town and asked me if I would like to go see Parliament Funkadelic, so I'm taking Riley tomorrow. I know she's gonna get older and need therapy because, my aunt took me to sound baths and yoga and Parliament Funkadelic in Maui in Disneyland. Yeah, anyway, right. Thanks. I promise that I never will leave you. It's funny how the seasons change. The more that I try to forget you, it's funny how things stay the same. Without a rhyme or reason, when I look into your eyes, I know that I found forever. No hiding and no disguises. Reunion of souls, a line of space. Over time and place, I look and I see your face. Everywhere, constant. From I know to everything I wanna be. Who I am and how it is. I can't be free. And you can be free. And we're going to talk again about the process and trusting the process and just being authentic. And who better to talk to than Lady Eleanor Graves? She's one of the most authentic and beautiful people I've ever met. So I'm going to bring her on. We're going to go from there. There we go. All right, so we're still figuring this whole thing out. Let's see. She should be here, but maybe not. Okay, so let me just don't want her to watch. I want her to join. Proof. Okay, let's see. Here we go. All right, it says adding. So this is exciting.
There. We did it. We did it.
We did it. Look at us. Technology.
Look at us.
Yes, we won't be defeated.
I am excited. We have
Me too.
Overcome modern technology.
Look at that. Look at us doing stuff. So how are you?
I am so excited. I can't stand it. I just to be able to share with all of my friends and invite them into my home. It's great. It's wonderful. Thank you.
It's amazing. You're welcome. You're welcome. So Robert is here because God, the universe was like, okay, so Robert needs to be here, which is why. So the first time I tried to do it, you and it was fine. And then I didn't realize I had to reset it. So when I reset it, then Robert was like, hey, I'm here. And I was like, okay, let me just redo this so that I can be here. So here we are.
Hi, Robert. Hi. I can't see the comments. I'm not going to touch a thing. But hi, Robert.
So Miss Eleanor.
Yes.
You want to talk about how we met? You want to talk about that first?
Oh, boy, yes. What a day that was. Maritri came and she sang at Fisk. I don't know what the event was. What was it, Maritri?
It was Fisk for Fisk.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And there were other singers. And I was, just sitting there. But when she opened her mouth, I sat up. I said, "Wow!" And she was she was so different from the others that were singing, and her voice, as you well know, is capturing. And I said, "She is amazing." And I didn't get to meet her that night, but she was locked in my memory. And so I went to Washington, D.C., which is my hometown, and a friend of mine, a mutual friend, was having a birthday party, right? Birthday party?
No, it was Laura's graduation party.
Oh, graduation party. Anyway, I flew to DC, and I looked at her and I said, "I know you." She says, "No, you don't."
I was
I
like,
said,
no, you
"Yes."
don't. I was like, I'm not from here.
I said, "Yes, I do." And I had to sit a moment and think about where our paths had crossed. And then we finally figured out it was at Fisk. And I just said, "Wow, look at us."
I know.
And I asked her to sing because I remembered even the songs that she sang. And I loved Message in a Bottle. And it was perfect. Since then.
It was such a crazy moment because I was like, oh no, no, you don't know me. She's like, well, I live in Nashville. I was like, I was in Nashville a couple of weeks ago. And she's like, I know, I saw you. And I was like, oh my God. And so Marilyn's daughter used to keep my dog when I would travel, Bandit. And so, she was just a little girl at the time, and then she was all grown up. And I mean, she was like, can you come to this thing? And I was like, you know what? I'm flying for
Mhm.
free. Sure. I will come. I will get it done. And so then I got to see Miss Eleanor and Marilyn
Yeah.
at the same time. And I love, oh my God, I love both of them. And I'm sorry that we have all not spent time together because I should interview Marilyn. She's
You
also
should.
incredible.
Oh,
Marilyn is one of the reasons that Marilyn showed me how to mother somebody. Seriously,
wow.
she is the most incredible mother. And I was like, I want to do it like that. Like I watched my mother, and then I watched,
Yes.
like my mother was a little bit more traditional, but Marilyn was very progressive, and she taught
Hmm.
me how to mother somebody. Like every time I went over there, she had fresh baked bread. I was like, girl,
Oh, yeah.
what is this? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, how do you do this and look fabulous and have a job and be married and keep a house and all this,
Yeah, she
So
juggled it all.
wow.
Yes,
So shout out to Marilyn for us, being,
that's for sure.
yeah,
I mean, we probably would have met anyhow
we totally would
because
have.
it was certainly divinely planned.
Yes.
Because since that time, you have become such a part of my heart, and we've had such special times.
I
And
love
I'm
you
going
so
to
much.
get to show everybody where you play in a moment when we move to another part. But that's how we met.
Yeah. And
Yes.
then,
And how many years was that, Marie Tree? Was it about 6,
okay,
7?
no, it'll be, you know what?
No,
It'll be 7. You know what? You know how I know?
no.
So Miss Eleanor invited me to come play for her birthday party. It was a birthday party,
Hmm.
but it was like later in the year. And
Yeah.
I had told her that I would come. And then my
Uh-huh.
mom got really, really sick. Like my mom was never sick. Like she had a stroke. And
Hmm.
so I was like, I don't know if I can go, but I was like, no, I want to go. I need to go to Nashville. And so, I told the nurses on the ward, and they were like, listen, we will take care of your mother, and she will be here when you get back. So you should go. And then some other stuff happened around the house, like some real,
Oh.
magical mom stuff. And I was like, oh,
Mm.
okay. So I'm going to go. And I went and I told Miss Eleanor, she's like, well, you didn't have to. I was like, yeah, I did. But while I was there, Miss Eleanor took care of me. Just made sure that I was in a good place so that I could come home and take care of my mama, because I didn't realize what was about to go down with my mom and my brother and the kids. And I needed that moment of somebody being
Wow.
my mom. When my mom was, in a coma, I needed somebody to look out for me and take care of me. And so, yes, I have been a victim of great mothering all the way around. So, yes.
Well, you're so easy to love. So it was a perfect time. And even, when Miranda was ill, God just put us together at the right time.
Yeah, because, Marin would pick when to get sick. He'd be like, Oh, she's gonna be at Eleanor's. Okay, so now I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna, while out and do my thing. So, like, dude, what are you doing? Like every time I go, we're just gonna get. Is that what we're doing? Okay, well, at least now I know.
Yeah.
So.
But that's all good. All good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna just brag on you just a little bit first.
No.
So Miss Eleanor, okay, so here's the crazy thing. Like I didn't think I was gonna be doing authors. Oh look, there's a halo when I hold it up. Is it?
Oh, wow.
Anybody
Wow.
see that? I don't even know.
It's your halo.
No. I sometimes. Anyway, so Miss Eleanor's book, Dreaming with Your Eyes Wide Open, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
so what I decided this morning, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna randomly open and see where it lands, because it's all good. It's all information that you need to know. But I think this was the message that I needed today, and maybe somebody else out there needs this message today, right?
Wow. Wow.
So it is okay. You know what? I'm gonna put on my glasses. Now that I wear reading glasses occasionally, because I'm like, I like the way they look. I always wanted to wear them, but I didn't want to have to wear them. Okay, but now, so how do you take a calculated risk? Having doubts about risk is natural, but you should not fear risk. This fear will only defer your dream. This fear, the opposite of faith, will paralyze you and prevent you from thinking creatively. We make choices on a daily basis that involve risk. Buying stock, changing jobs, getting married, sitting in a chair without examining its sturdiness are all risky. Every choice, including the choice to do nothing, involves some kind of risk. The key to taking smart, calculated risks is to know what you want and the reward for the risk. Hopefully by now you have defined your dream. Your dream is what you want, and its fulfillment is the reward. Your dream is what you want, and its fulfillment is the reward. Most people are not taking the risk of living their dream, but trying to please someone else, or living just to make a living rather than the life they really want. The risk is worth the reward. If your dream is to have more money, you might consider the dream of starting your own business. Taking a calculated risk means that you don't quit your job tomorrow with no money or prospect in sight. Although some people do that. Your initial risks don't need to be so drastic. You take baby steps. I don't know anything about baby steps myself. And begin saving the money needed to begin your business. So that spoke to me today.
Wow. Did I say that?
Yes, ma'am. You did.
Wow.
You did.
Amazing.
And not only did you say it, you wrote it in a book. So I'm gonna post the link below.
Okay.
Oh, maybe Robert could post it in the comments if he gets a second. But yes, yeah, and it's on Amazon. Is it on? Are you on Audible yet?
I am no. I'm working on Audible.
I would love to.
But I am on Amazon. I'm also an ebook.
Okay, so we'll put all of that there. But I would love if you don't do it in your own voice, I would love to read it for you on Audible. I'm just putting that out there.
Oh my goodness. What an offer. I'm going to take you up on that because your voice.
No, I'm serious.
I know you are. Your voice is magical. Yes. Let's
My next
do
thing
it.
is voiceovers. That is the next call. So yeah,
wonderful.
I've already made the call and done the reels. So I'm just waiting. Okay, so tell us what you were thinking when you wrote this book, and why did you write it?
Well, I wrote it and I really didn't have a lot of confidence about it. And so I wrote it and I took it back for about 3 years. I looked at the manuscript and I don't know, I guess it's just, I'm human, and it was like, this isn't good enough, because I don't like fluffy books, books you read and you say, well, that was like cotton candy, there's nothing there. I wanted this to be something that people could really use, and when they finish, it's something meaningful. So my doubts held it out. But eventually, it was like a knock on the head, and the Lord said, come on now, get this out. And so I flew to Negril, Jamaica, and I got a hotel room right on the beach because that's where I'm very at peace and productive. And I did not come out of that room. I could see the ocean from my room and hear it, but I didn't leave the room for 12 days. And I completely wrote it, finished it, refined it. And when I came back from Negril, I had the manuscript. So I wrote it because I really do believe that dreams come true. They have come true in my life so many times and in so many ways. And I believe that people need to live a full life. God doesn't mean for us just to live 9 to 5 and go to work, come home, live for the weekend, and then go back to work. We are built for a purpose. God has a purpose for our life. And it's exciting when you can find out what that purpose is, as you have, Marie-Tree, and to flow in that purpose. That is the most exciting thing, to live a life of purpose. So when the end comes, you can look back and say, I lived on purpose. And so there are 7 principles. All of them start with a P. And this was taken from notes that my husband left. And when he transitioned in 2004, I took his notes. He had 12 points, and I boiled them down to 7 Ps because he was alliterative. And in the book are many points from his sermons that he preached. And so he's the co-author, and in a very real way. And I knew that this book needed to get out, and thank God I published it. And I'm working on a second edition, or I really want to do one for children, you know, how for children that need to dream. Because nowadays, boy, the times we live in, we need more dreamers. That's why your song I love. It seems like you should could sing it. The dreamers.
Oh, the
The
lovers, the dreamers.
yeah, we need the dreamers. So that's why, yeah.
And kids don't dream anymore. I just find that, I mean, I think some of them do, but most of them, if you ask them what their favorite thing is, and I remember I was in a classroom years ago and I said, well, what's your favorite thing? And they all looked at me like, I don't know. And I thought, and they said, well, nobody's ever asked me that before. And I thought, well, what, how is this even possible? Like, but I think just being given space to dream and to breathe and to play and to be outside, you know, it's so much. And I'm like you. I mean, like the water for me it's sacred, right? And I feel like I have to be near it all the time. And that's when I'm the most productive, right? I mean,
Yes.
it clears everything. The quiet, like when I'm in it, the quiet just everything is just leveled, and I can think and hear. Tell us,
Yes.
you want to tell us a little bit about your husband? Because it's funny, because I knew about your husband before I knew you when I was in Nashville. So
Oh,
please,
wow. How much time do we have?
I know we have an hour, but we can come back. We can come
Oh,
back.
dear. He was my sweetie, the love of my life. Um, he was a scholar, he was a preacher, a pastor, an administrator. He asked me to marry him on the first date, and he just definitely went through life dreaming. He was a co-dreamer. We dreamt together. But once I met him, I said, before I met him, I said I never wanted to be a pastor's wife. I never, 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 never. And I even made a list of people that I would date. Nowhere on that list was a minister. I just saw pastors' wives as being, some of them, sad and unhappy. I didn't want that life.
I know that's
And
right.
so I wouldn't date them. I said, no, 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 no. And eventually I said, okay, I'm going to date you. Just, we have to go early because I had a date with the other guy I was dating later on that day. And so we were eating fast. And And I'm talking fast like I am now. And I said, well, why aren't you married? He said, because I hadn't found the one that I wanted to marry yet. Will you marry me? Like that. And I said, okay, God, now you know, come on. And I knew he wasn't kidding, because he wasn't the kind of person to fool around and kid. He was very serious all his life. And so that's how we began. We got married, of course. We moved from Washington, D.C., where we met in church, and to Tennessee, because he was called to a church here. And we stayed at that church for 7 years and served there, and then began the Temple Church. And he was a visionary. He was years ahead of his time. The ways that he thought and ministry that matters, and still goes on at the Temple Church in Nashville. We serve people in their needs, and we're 7 days a week. And that's his vision, that a church should be open, not just on Sunday, but serve the needs of the people, and should have a social consciousness. So he was a visionary. People didn't know he was a lot of fun. He laughed, had a raucous laugh. But most people, when they came around him, they were sort of scared, because they said that he was looking through them and knew what
Well,
and he wasn't.
that's all,
But he
man.
was that kind of presence that he had, a godly man.
And
Yes.
Temple is non-denominational, right? They're very welcoming. They welcome everybody. I have been there. I've sung there several times, and it always it feels like home. You know, growing up Catholic, we were supposed to go to other churches or experience other things. And when I went to Nashville, I remember calling my mom, because I would go to church with Miss Edith Work. And we went to First Baptist. My mother was like, "You're doing what?" I go, "Who? What?" And I was like, "Yes, Mrs. Work and I are going to church. I'm going to drive her there. I am her driver. So this is how." And she was in her 80s at the time, and she'd always had grandsons and sons. She didn't have any daughters. I had a grandmother who had a ton of other grands. So, we were there together, and I wound up staying there, and she was great. But that was the first time. Oh, and then of course, I joined Black Mass Choir, which Jubilee singers were not supposed to do.
That's right. Right.
And that caused a whole thing. And that was the first time I went to a Kojic church, and I was like, look at this. This is awesome. Like, look at these folks. They mean this, knocking over benches. And I was like, I'm here for all of this. If this is how God, I'm here for all of this, right? And that was the first time that I really understood how God works through all of us, and differently, and to respect other people's belief systems and their feelings and how they relate. And, just even sometimes feeling like, okay, well, maybe I don't need the community. Maybe it's just the communion with God. And maybe God is still speaking, right? Maybe he's still speaking to individuals, and maybe that's okay.
Yeah. And our approach to worship is such that if you come into our church, and this was his vision as well, he was a Catholic by heart. So we have acolytes. We are really Baptists. We really are Baptists.
I love that.
Acolytes. He would have the incense. There were so many elements of many different denominations, because we felt like we are all one body of Christ.
Yes.
And, and our approach to music it still is very broad. Yes. You'll hear spirituals, you'll hear the anthems, the hymns, which are now being lost. But certainly that was my husband and his vision. And he lives on, and in so many ways, and in the over 100 sons and daughters that he mentored during his time. And they, in many ways, have carried on his vision and made it their own.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I mean, if you are ever in Nashville, you should go and check out Temple, because it's beautiful. It's a really beautiful experience.
Now, I have a picture of him as I'm going to rotate. I hope I don't lose anybody, but let me see if I can get a picture of my husband in the screen. All righty. Tell me when you see it.
I think as long as you keep it to the side, pull it down just a little bit there. Down. There you go. Just a little bit more. There he is.
Okay.
Hey, Pastor. There you go.
All righty. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it.
Well, me either. But you know what? I'm like, this is my second interview and I'm so excited. And one of my friends just hit me up. He's like, I thought I was your first interview. I'm like,
oh dear.
he's
Sorry.
fantastic though. You're going to love him too. But you know, this is just sort of, I don't know, it's sort of transitioned and sort of happened kind of quickly. And I'm just flowing with it and hope. I mean, I enjoy talking to people about their process and what makes them them. And a lot of people think that they're not artists, but they in fact are. And you know, some of you are writers. I can't believe you locked yourself in a room for 12 days and just wrote the whole thing.
I couldn't believe it either, in the grill. Now the last day I did come out and, you know, sort of acted like a tourist and saw the divers from the cliff in the grill, and I saw the sunset, but I had to get it done. Yeah.
Well, that's where I am. So you just inspired me because I'm getting up early to write and doing the writing. It's time, and I know it's time, and I know I have to do it. So I'm really inspired by talking to people who write and do these things. And I don't know if you saw the interview with Michelle DeBellis, who also has a book out.
Yes.
And it's the same, like just talking process. And I was like, I really enjoy talking to people about their process. And I think we don't talk about it enough, right? You know, as an artist, probably nobody has asked you these questions or why you're doing it or what is your process? Like, does it come to you? Like, do you just, like, I just sit still and then, you know, that's how it works.
And you have so many experiences that, I mean, you've got to share. I mean, you have a wealth of interesting, the ones that I know of, and many that I'm sure that I don't know, experiences that people would love your book, Maritri.
Well,
yes, so get on it. I'm going to keep on you until I hear that you're doing it.
Yes, please hold me accountable. I mean, I am getting up in the morning to write. I mean, so I've got 3 things going on. You're going to have to hold me accountable. I am working on this book about my life with my brother and the kid, just about our lives.
Oh, good.
I'm working on a musical.
All right.
Which, you know, it vacillates what it's really going to be about, but the music is all there. It's just weaving the story around. So that is definitely happening. And then I decided last week, well, I decided a while ago that it's time to record all of this music that I have been writing.
Yes.
So it's time, and I realized that it's time. And the last time when I did my first album, my friend Dre had come to New York, and he was like, we're going to sit in this room and we're going to record this until it's done. He called me yesterday, and he called me. He was like, there's a song that I heard when I was with you one time, and I'm trying to remember what it was. And I was like, he said, it's been driving me crazy for days. I said, of course it has, because you needed some reason to call. And so I was like, listen, it's time to do this record. So we've been talking about how to do that. And, you know, and I'm just realizing how much writing I actually have and have done. I think it wasn't clear. And then being with y'all every day and playing it. So it's solidifying, and it's there, and that's been really cool. I mean, it's been cool to see you every day, right?
It's been great.
Right?
It is so good. So good to see. And the way that you have brought together so many friends, people that I love that I haven't ever seen or been with, but I love them just like family. And it's amazing, Maritri. You've been the glue to pull us all together. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. I was one of my friends to know each other and be in the same room. And I sort of got my wish, right? Which, you know, I was like, I looked up one day and I thought, wow, people that I love now love each other. People that I don't even know who live on other continents and other places. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Now I'm going to show this library, and because I'm going to walk out and give a little tour as to where you come and when you come to my home and
Yeah.
how excited I am.
I'm
But
sorry Marvin's not there.
you know, I thought about going to get Marvin and bring him into the, I should have done it. See, follow your mind.
It's okay.
Because Marvin loves you.
I love Marvin.
And he
Marvin is
sings
hilarious.
along. Tell everybody we're talking about, not Marvin Gaye. We're talking about a bird, Marvin.
Marvin is an African gray.
Yes.
And I love Marvin. He was staying at Miss Eleanor's, and he would say things to me, and I was like, sir. Often he'd be like, okay, ma'am, it's time to go to bed. It's
right.
It's over.
Right.
It's over.
Right.
You know, and he makes these dripping noises. He's quite
he's
hilarious.
amazing. He is an amazing bird. Yes. Well, this is the library that I'm in. I'm sort of going to scan around a little bit, and I think I'm going right. And the reason I'm showing this is because another project I'm working on is to build in Durban, South Africa, a library that will house these books. Now, books are meant to be read, right? And since my husband transitioned in 2004, they've just been sitting here, and it's like, no, these books are a treasure, and they will bless people in Durban, South Africa. And we have chosen, I'm sitting back down for a minute, Durban, because it's a city, it's the third largest city in South Africa. And in the whole continent of Africa, there in the next, by 2025, there will be 1 billion young people under the age of 18. And many are converting to Christianity, and I'm a Christian. So what we want to do is to provide for them missionaries, people that will come and spread the gospel. So that's what we're working on. We have a website, and you can look us up at www.Graves Library in Durban. There's a brochure, and that's also available online. So we've raised $100,000, thank God, and are looking to raise $140,000. And thank you for this opportunity, Maritri, to share what's another project.
Where can people donate?
They can go online, www.Graves Library in Durban. Or you can call Maritri, send it to her, she'll send it to me.
I'll send it to her. Yeah, send it, seriously. And are we doing we're going to do a fundraiser? I'm going to do a fundraiser at some point for this, right?
Yes, we're going to work on a fundraiser. All of that's in the works, so that we will just continue to get that $140,000 and begin the construction of the library. So thank you for this opportunity. And I'm going to get up and walk now. This is a miracle right now, because walking for me is a challenge.
That's all right, but you're walking, you're moving.
Yeah, my knees were replaced, but I am going to show you the room where magic happens. And I'm walking out of the library, if you can see me.
I see you. It's been
down
too long.
The hallway.
That's my room down the hallway right there. On the left.
The hallway.
That's where I live.
And now this is my big room. And in this room, Maritri comes and she lights it up. And she comes and she sits at this piano. I'm going to show you in a minute. This is her piano.
That's my piano.
There's your piano.
Yep.
And here's a picture of her. Well, let's see. That one of my friends created and made when Maritri was here. And I said, that looks sort of sad. Remember Maritri?
Yes.
And I said that, and it was during the time when your mom was having her challenges. So there was a little sadness about
There's
you.
a lot
It's
going
not my
on.
favorite of you, but
Me either, but I love it, and it's beautiful, and she did a wonderful job.
yes. So we are in this room, and this is where she comes and sings. And I usually have friends over, but sometimes I have her all to myself. Can you imagine? And I feel guilty.
The best. Not really.
No, not really.
It's my favorite. I don't stay anywhere else now when I'm in Nashville. I always stay with you, and it's like my second home. And usually I'll just go get groceries and cook, and which, I love to cook, and your kitchen is wonderful. And y'all can't see outside. Oh, Robert, it's so beautiful. So like out
Well,
that window, there's a deck, and you're actually in the trees. It's like it's on a hillside, but
let's
there's,
see
yeah,
if I can
maybe you can
show.
see it. But it's like being in the tree line, and it's because like there's a, oh yeah, you can see how beautiful that is, and there are fans out there, and it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. It is definitely my happy place.
Well, for me too. And I put out my hummingbird feeder,
Love
and
the
the hummingbirds,
hummingbirds.
yes, they are out. And also, here's another challenge for people that don't think that they are an artist. Try any kind of creative work, because I started drawing and painting when my husband transitioned. And so in this room there, I'll show you a couple of paintings. I have one on the piano I'm trying to show you,
I love
but
it.
I didn't know I could do that. So I challenge you to try new things, dream, uh, step outside your boundaries, and step outside of what's comfortable for you.
Yeah. So taking risks, right?
Hey, that's how we started, taking a risk.
Seriously. I mean, so Miss Eleanor was working on this beautiful painting. I was dating this guy that lived in Austin. And I
Oh
walked
boy.
in and I was like, oh my God, that's such a beautiful painting. I need that in my home. And so she was like, oh, I'll give it to you guys when you, and then we broke up, and I was like, okay, but I need that painting in my home. So that painting is upstairs in my bedroom. It's over my bed. I wake up to it every morning, and it's such a peaceful, beautiful thing. It's a beach painting, and it makes me so happy. And just to know
Yeah.
that, somebody thought enough about me to finish this beautiful painting. And I didn't realize I thought you've been painting and drawing your whole life. That's incredible.
No, it's like Grandma Moses.
Listen, I tell people that all the
No,
time.
but it's relaxing. It was therapeutic because when I couldn't sleep, I just painted, and until I was so tired that I, went to bed. But it still is therapeutic, in addition to your music. Yesterday, I just calmed. I don't even watch sometimes the comments because I just want to close my eyes and take it in and listen to you and your voice. It's so soothing. I don't take a nap though because I don't want to miss anything.
It's okay. Listen, you know what? Like sometimes I play, and people will be like, "Oh, I just drifted off," and I'm like, "Well, that's cool." And I think I told you when I was working with the autistic kids in New York, the woman who ran the center, she called me the human quaalude. She was like, "Man, you come in, you start singing, and those kids are like, ah." So it's all good.
Well, I know the Nashville kids. They all know starfish and coffee, and
Yes,
they
I'm spreading the gospel of Prince everywhere I go. Every time I play for kids, I play that song, and I'm like, no, this is Prince. This is Prince. This is who Prince was. This is, it's such a fun and beautiful. the kids in Nashville. Anita and Deborah, I miss all of them.
Well, come back soon.
Oh, I
We're
am.
waiting. We're
I'm ready.
waiting for you.
I am. We need
Yes.
to do a reunion of souls at your house. I know I keep saying this, but we need to do that. Even if it's just from your house and everybody can't come there, I should just come and we could, make it happen.
I'm ready. I'm ready. And I mean, I want to see so many people. I know Simone is so far away, but goodness, I get so excited. And I do look at the comments when Kathy makes comments and Raymond I, and Karen. I mean,
Hilarious.
hilarious.
They're hilarious.
Some people that are hilarious. And Robert, I mean, wow, what interesting people that you have introduced me to. And Carol, Carol came and spent some time. We had time together when she came to Nashville. So you're just networking, all of us.
And I've never seen her in person. And I was like, how are you going to Nashville? What's happening? You get to see my Miss Eleanor and eat at Ed's Fish. Okay, I was bitter. I was like,
Oh,
for those
dear.
of you who don't know, Ed's Fish is like the in and out of Nashville. You go to Ed's Fish on the way from the airport. And then sometimes if you're greedy, then you go like 3 days in a row.
It's okay.
Also,
it's all right.
So
definitely.
Yeah. Yes. So I miss that, and I miss you, and I miss church and all of that. So
well, when you came and when you sang Mary, Did You Know? People still remember you from that because it was such a haunting, with your voice.
That song
and your guitar is waiting for you. I still have it. And so, yeah, for you to come, we would be so happy to see you again.
I'm so ready. I can't believe Amy just, she was like, I'm just going to leave this guitar. I met Amy. I met her online through a friend. I was in Nashville. I needed a guitar. And my friend was like, oh, call Amy over at Gibson and she'll hook you up. And I called her and she's like, yeah, I got you. And so at the time she was at Gibson, but then she stopped working at Gibson. And I was like, oh God. And she was like, but don't worry about it. You always have a guitar when you're here. And then finally she just left it with Miss Eleanor and was like, it's fine whenever you come. So, Miss Eleanor, I have been so very fortunate there. I am so fortunate to have such amazing people in my life, including you. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Robert too, because listen, Robert, yes. Especially the phone calls, because some days I'm like, so yes, I'm grateful.
Definitely. And then, another thing I think that we probably need to talk about is how important it is to travel, because I know you have traveled the world. And I have been able to travel and go to different places, like I've been to Korea, of course, South Africa, Sweden. We went to Sweden and Norway and took a gospel choir. And they loved it, Marie-Tree, that gospel choir. And then the next thing we knew, they were sending us recordings and they sounded just like our choir, except they were very exact. Sometimes gospel music, we slide into the notes and
it's amazing. There's a woman, Anna Kay, that I used to work with, and she is from, oh God, I get it wrong every time, but she's from one of the Nordic countries. I think she's from Denmark. And another group called Dirty Loops that I love. They are incredible, and they do jazz and soul and funk, and it's amazing how we have influenced that, but then they infuse it and make it something completely different that belongs to them. And I found that I went to Denmark, and I didn't go to Sweden, but I was in Denmark, and the people were so warm and so welcoming and just kind, right? And you travel. I think, and this, I know you probably liked Anthony Bourdain too. The thing I love about Anthony Bourdain, other than, I'm like, that's a dream job. You get paid
Yeah.
to eat and have a travel blog and talk to people about eating. What?
Really?
I wish some people
Really?
paid me to go on the road and do that. But I do. I think travel changes everything, and that's why it's so important for me to take these girls
Mm-hmm.
places. You know, just even the States. I mean, just so that they can see what's going on. Like I was thinking about the other day. I was like, it would be great to have like a travel blog and take them
Ah,
places and have them talk about what they learned and what they feel and how they could encourage other kids and other families to travel, because you learn so much about yourself and you start to see the similarities and not so
mm-hmm.
much the differences, right? I mean, the food could
That's
be
right.
different, but it's still food. And
That's
the
right.
the communion and the community around food is the
Mm-hmm.
same. I think we've sort of lost that here too. You know, it's like so much fast food. But when you go other places, like when I was in France, we went to the store and we got, we went to the cheese store and we got cheese. And then
Oh,
we got
yeah.
olives and we got
Yeah.
bread at the boulangerie and
Mm.
then the fresh water and just they this Eleanor, they had this cheese and it was infused with blueberry. They did two. One was infused with blueberries, the other with cherries.
No
So it
fair.
was bright blue, and the other one was like this bright red. And I was like, it was
That's
so good.
beautiful.
It was so
Yeah.
good. And I didn't even know that
So,
existed, right? So yeah,
right.
I do think that traveling is important. And you know, when you came out here, I was looking at those pictures yesterday. I was like, oh my God. Miss Eleanor said, I've never been on the Pacific. And I
Never.
was like, well, we must go. We have to go. We have to do that.
We
So
did. We
it's
did. And I was thinking too, when I lived in Roubaix, France for a short time,
oh my God.
the interesting thing is that the children would come up to me and they would rub my arm. And, and I'd look and smile and they'd run away. And then later they'd come and I feel them rubbing. You know what they were doing?
What?
Trying
You
to
see if it would
see.
come off?
Say, oh, they'd never seen anyone as dark as I am.
That's so
And
funny.
they figured, hey, maybe she's got on makeup or something. And then they loved me.
Wow.
It was quite a beautiful experience living there. But that whole thing has really shaped my life. And not only that, but I have people in my family that are, I mean, from all over the world. I have a very diverse family.
Yes.
And that too has shaped another project I'm doing. And it has to do with racism and the church. And it's called Lessons from In-Laws. And those of us that are Christians know the story of Ruth and Naomi. And how when Ruth said, basically, hey, girl, I'm not going anywhere. Your people will be my people, your God, my God. And the whole basis of my trying to understand where we are in this country is to say, if your God is my God, then why are we having challenges loving each other? Why is it that we can put one group down and, I mean, is your God my God? So I have that project underfoot, and it's really like a workshop. And in the workshop, we talk about our own individual stories, and everybody's got a story. And if I listen to you, Maritri, and you tell me, well, when I was wherever you were, and somebody just treated me so badly, and it was simply because of the color of my skin, I can't say to you, nah, that didn't happen.
Woo.
I have to honor your story. I have to listen to you and respect you. And this workshop that I have, we tell stories. And when you hear somebody's story, your heart begins to melt. Because if you tell me a story, Maritri, and you were treated badly, I'm going to say, man, that was awful. And from that, we begin to open our hearts to each other and realize we are more alike than we are different. And that pain of racism, sexism, homophobia, whatever it is, that pain we suffer the same way. And pain has no color. Pain has no geographical origin. Pain is pain. And from that point, and we begin to talk about, how do I treat another person? And what sensitivities do I need to develop? What are the microaggressions that I need to be aware of? Things that is necessarily I say that might offend somebody. I'm working on that, and it's another project, and I've done the workshop once. I have some co-facilitators who have done diversity work with me over 30 years. I've done diversity work. So that's another life, in
It's so
addition to all the
important.
other lives I've lived.
It's so important. I mean, and I think we forget how alike we are. I'll never forget. I was in a cab in Brooklyn, one of the car drivers, and I was listening to this beautiful music, and I didn't know what it was, and he was Persian, and I was like, "What
Mhm.
is this? This is the most beautiful thing I've heard." He said, "Oh, it's the story of Jacob and the coat of many colors."
Wow.
And I was like, "Wait. So you have that story in the Quran? Is that what you're telling me?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Well, we have it in our, Bible. They have it in the
Uh-huh.
Torah." So it's this,
Right.
and that's when I realized I had this moment where I thought, we all have these same stories, and for me, those stories are telling you how to live your life. I mean, it's really basic. It's like, just be
Yes.
decent, be a decent human being, honor the God in somebody else, honor God, and do the right things for people. It,
Simple.
it's so simple to me. And I mean, I look at you, and you are somebody who just personifies that. You're always doing something
Thank you.
beautiful for someone. You're
Thank you.
always giving somebody, even if it's just a hug, which, listen, some of us need some hugs. Like,
Oh, wow.
I know people who just need a hug. They do. They need a hug.
Hmm.
Because
I miss my hugs. Yeah. COVID has messed us up, but I miss the hugs. Sometimes that's the only contact some people have is
yeah,
a hug,
yeah. And they need
and
it.
yeah, we need it. We're going to have to figure out how to get it back
I'm
because,
coming. I'm coming soon. Like, I I I will come soon. You know what? Things are shifting and moving as it
okay.
happens. And it's funny because I think as human beings we're like, no, but I just got used to this thing. Can we just be here for a second? And I'm trying to learn how to just release, right? And I think what you said about pain is so valid, because loss, we've all had so much loss, right? I mean,
Hmm.
lost your husband. I mean, it's you have the memories and all the beautiful life that you had together, but he's still
Yes.
not right physically next to you.
No.
You
No.
know what I mean? And I think we are
Hmm.
in this phase right now where that loss is so great. And because we've all been separated for so long, I think we have had to take a really good, hard look at who we are, who we want to be, where we're
Yeah.
going, where we've been, all of that, right? But
Yes.
I thank you for becoming part of this community,
Thank
which
you.
I wasn't trying to build community. I just wanted to offer something, to give something back while I was sitting at home, with, I mean, stuff to
Wow.
do, certainly, but just, and then having you show up every day, Robert, Kathy, Ray Ray,
Yes.
Simone, all the
Yes.
people that Carol, all the people that show up, and Barry, because, like, I don't really know what happened to Barry, but Barry used to be around in the beginning, like he was there every day
Oh,
too, right?
okay.
So I just, I am grateful. And as you talk about pain, maybe we need to talk about it more, because I'm going to have you back on. I'm sure we'll do this again,
Good.
because I know people will want to know more. Oh, so tell me about those grandbabies of yours, because they're so cute.
Oh, now that's great. You see me light up.
The
I
B
have
boys.
seven, I
Yeah.
have 7 grandchildren. And of course, as any grandmother, I have their pictures And hey, I'm sharing with the family because we don't put the pictures on Facebook, but hold on, here they are. Can you see them?
I can see them. Move it down just a little bit. There we
Yeah.
go.
Okay. I think you see them all, but
Yep.
they are wonderful and they are different ages. The two older ones will be in college this week coming. And so I have them all the way down to the baby who is 5 years old. So I've been blessed. The B-boys, we have my youngest son has 3 boys, Bishop, Blaine, and Brock. So
Those are
we
my
call them,
babies.
they are your favorites because they love Marie Tree.
I love
That's
that.
the B-boys.
Oh, Miss Eleanor, Robert said he thinks we could fit 50 or 60 people over there nicely.
Sure. I've had up to 200 people here. The house is larger than you can see.
Oh, I
but
know.
I have 2 levels, and we can fit at least 200. Come on.
We could just,
But
I'm serious, we could
definitely,
just come and bring sleeping bags and we'll all cook. I'll cook. It'd be great. We'll do
I would love
poetry and
that.
music and writing. We could do a writing workshop.
We
Just
could do so
creativity.
much. That's Come to Nashville.
We're coming.
Come.
I'm coming. I'll be there.
Well, Robert, come. Hey, we'll work it out so that we can get a reunion of souls in Nashville. How's
Yeah.
that?
As soon as this pandemic, like house party, exactly.
Well,
I'm here for
yeah.
it. I am totally.
Oh,
Miss Eleanor.
yes.
So we've been talking for almost an hour.
You're kidding. Oh, my goodness.
No. Is there
I
anything else you would like to say to bless us? And then I'm going to just do a little bit of a song to, lead us out.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you kidding me?
I love you.
I love you too. What you got? Give us some wisdom.
Oh, live a life of purpose. Dream big. Um, don't give up on your dream. Don't let it die. But just know that it's never too late to dream, and it's never too late to fulfill your purpose, no matter what age. And I guess that's what I have to say. And don't give up.
Don't
Don't
give
give up. Don't.
Listen, I don't know
Yeah.
what age you were when you started painting, but I was 40 when I started playing guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that let me know that anything is possible, right? Anything is possible. It's never too late. Grandma Moses, what was she, 80 when she started?
That's
I
right.
mean,
That's very close to me. I'm 78. And
what?
so, yes.
Oh my
So I'm very
God.
close to Grandma Moses' age. But
You're doing it.
dream big.
Dream big.
Dream big. And we didn't talk about the Temple Church, but we began with just the 2 of us, and no land, nothing. The whole story is another story, but now God has given us a church with over 4,000 members, with almost 100 acres of land. And that itself is it's in the book because it is a testimony to what can happen when you dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you missed the book, I think Robert put the link up for us.
Thank you,
Dream
Robert.
with your eyes wide open. All right. So Miss Eleanor, thank
Yes.
you. I'm
Thank
so
you.
grateful. I'm so grateful.
Thank you.
So I'm just gonna end. And always remember life is short and unpredictable. Moments are fleeting and sometimes simply miserable. Tell me, what the hell are you scared of when in the end, the only thing's love in the end? Love's the only
Wow.
thing. Thank you, Miss Eleanor. Eleanor
Thank
Graves, I
you.
love you. I will see you soon.
Love you.
And I will post this tomorrow, and I'll put up all the links and all of our pictures and all of that. Thanks,
Great.
Robert. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. I love y'all. Have a
Love
great evening.
you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.